What's up, everybody? How's it going? And welcome back to the show. This is me. Hello, you know me. If you don't know me, well, introduce yourself to me, because I'm not going to introduce myself to you. I don't know why, but that's just what I'm going to do right now. Anyway, people, so I did not record an individual podcast this week. My apologies, but I do have a special guest. So, without further ado, let me introduce her. So, yes, it's a her. There's a female guest other than my wife on this podcast. My dear goodness, I know women. Wow. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so my guest is Kelsea Starr. She's a good buddy, and she's a comedian, healer, musician, and a bunch of other things, okay? She's just too many to keep track of. This woman is the GOAT, okay? She can tell you all about it in the episode. I honestly don't remember what happened. So you can follow her on Instagram at Kelsea.Starr. It's here right underneath here if you're watching the video. If you're listening, KELSEA.STARR. Did I say that right? I think so. And she has a website, KelseyStarr.com, exactly as she spelled it in the Instagram, just without the dot. So without further ado, please welcome Kelsea to the show. Bye-bye. Alright, what's up, everybody? How's it going? And I have a guest this week. Her name is Kelsea Starr. Kelsea, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up? I grew up in Montana.
You don't have to look at the camera.
I don't have to at all?
No. You just look at me.
You?
Yeah. Because, we're the ones having the conversation, you know? When you're having a conversation, you're not looking at something else, right? It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just have,
now
a regular...
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, stare at the light over there, and it'll be great. You know, I guess you are on the spectrum, I would say.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that out this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
I just found that out.
Yeah, oh, really?
You diagnosed me.
I diagnosed you?
Yeah, in the car, I was like, am I on the... I might be.
Yeah, I could fairly assess that you are, yes. It's been written in stone now, so.
Oh, it's like Natasha Bedingfield.
Who is that?
She's an artist.
Oh, yeah?
The rest has been unwritten.
What kind of artist? Is like a singer?
She's like a pop singer,
okay.
but she says unwritten. But you're.
Oh no! She is taking it off the books. I'm putting it on.
You're
the books.
putting. I'm.
Yeah,
now.
It's there.
Is it Asperger's?
Yeah, I mean Asperger's is. I think that's the one. Yeah. So it's Asperger's, and then.
So.
Autism is part on the spectrum of the Asperger. I don't know. I'm not a doctor,
right?
As you can tell. So,
but I'm just taking your diagnoses and then putting them into my.
Okay. Yeah. Just take it all in.
I'm gonna take it in.
Any label I give you, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Do
another one.
Okay. So you have. Oh no! I'm gonna say something very offensive.
Do it.
No, because we're here.
Yeah, that's true.
So we can do it off camera.
And be like, what was it? The thing he said.
What did he say? Well, if you subscribe to whatever, I don't know. See, sometimes you can break the fourth wall and talk to the camera. It is every once in a while, but if you're just hey, how are you? This is what we're doing. It's a little weird, but.
I'll just knock on the fourth wall.
Yeah. Knock on it every once in a while. Just say hello. They greet them. If when I record my podcast by myself, I'm just staring at the camera because it's just me. So I gotta talk to someone.
Right.
You know? And I can't be talking to the pillow. Although some people would enjoy that. I don't know.
Being on the spectrum, the pillow has a vibrational frequency, so.
So you definitely are on the spectrum. It seems. Okay.
The spectrum of life.
Yeah.
You asked me where I grew up.
Yeah, where did you... let's get back on topic.
Right, Hal, I'm going to bring us back down to earth.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's bring something back to normal.
Okay. So, Helena, Montana. Is where I was born.
Okay.
And then I grew up in Billings, Montana.
How far is Helena from Billings?
Oh man, that's a big state. So I'm gonna go 5 hours.
Oh wow, that's a long.
Yeah.
It's a long drive. Okay.
Yeah, the whole
So
state.
you drove all that way by yourself?
By myself when I
Oh,
was
wow.
like 3.
Okay, that's you know, that's some people have skills. That's one of them, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Yep. I'm fast.
yes, you are. Yes, you are. So you grew up in Helena. Well, no, you were born in Helena,
Mhm.
and then when you were 3, you moved to Billings. What was it like growing up in Billings, Montana?
It was like an archaeologist's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you ever want to be
Dinosaurs.
an archaeology major or anything of the sort?
No.
No. So
But
it was a waste on you.
no.
No. Okay.
It was wonderful because it was like living in a third world country.
Okay.
We didn't get orange. I mean, that sounds so okay.
No,
yeah.
Montana. You heard it here first. Okay.
Not anymore.
Shitting on you from the get-go.
We didn't get oranges in the winter. We didn't.
I mean, you don't get any crops or anything in the winter, though. Oh, you mean from
like
Oh,
in
okay,
Montana, growing
oh.
up there, we would eat apples off of the trees,
Mhm.
grapes, and then we didn't have oranges. I remember in the winter.
So you could eat stuff would grow in the winter?
No.
Okay, so
But most places I feel you would get, like in California, you'd always have oranges, right? During the winter, you could buy them at the
oh, you couldn't buy them at the
No,
store.
they weren't at the store.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
yeah.
that's like your traumatic childhood right there, huh?
oh yeah, that's what got me into all of the work that I do.
Okay. Wow.
It was the absent oranges at the grocery store.
I see where you could what that would do to you. So I can empathize right there. So so oranges not there, trauma. So you were did you go to did you finish high school in Montana?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what was that like? What was your high school experience? Well, tell me about your whole school experience. Like were you a smart kid? Well, tell me everything.
I was a very smart kid. I would say that I was bored in school,
Okay.
but got good grades.
Okay.
But
You weren't challenged enough?
no, I didn't get into like the AP classes or whatever
Okay.
those are, like the advanced.
Yeah, advanced placement.
No, because I was always doing something creative with my time.
So you're always a creative type. Were you good at like any of the sciences or maths or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
So you're pretty all around smart. So you're a genius. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I was born genius, and I was born that way.
So you're an enigma that knows everything.
Kinda.
Okay. See, no,
But that creates a stigma.
That's why you're the GOAT. You have humility.
Enigmas create stigmas.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Enigmas create stigmas.
Bam.
Boom. See, there you go. You put that on a bumper sticker right there. So, you were smart. Were you athletic?
Yes, I had to be sort of. I was put in sports very early on.
Mm-hmm.
I ran my first mile when I was like 3 or 4.
Really? What was
Yeah.
your fastest mile?
5:15.
Oh, you didn't even get the 4-minute mark.
No.
Oh my God, Kels. Jesus Christ. I thought I was talking to like a legitimate athlete, and then you're telling me that you sucked.
I sucked.
I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm just saying that for them, because this might seem like it's very mean. The fastest mile I've done is 6 miles. So not 6 minutes. Boy, what brain fart right there. So,
I was gonna say 8 mile.
yeah, 8 mile. I started rapping when I was 5.
Right.
Yeah. So
You're from Detroit.
I'm from Detroit. I do have family in Detroit though. Shout out to Michigan. Well, not
313.
Detroit. Not actual Detroit, but Michigan. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. So I'm like, because when I was a kid, I would say Detroit. That's because it was just the city, but no, they were really in Michigan.
Oh.
But anyway, so your fastest mile was 5 minutes and what now?
15
5:15?
seconds.
Wow,
And
that's
was
actually really impressive.
Yeah.
Um,
Kinda.
yeah.
It was I was 14 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was before my
That was before your peak?
I peaked at 14. Yeah. That was before my near-death experience,
Okay, so
which was hilarious.
Oh, jazz hands. So I know you just said near-death experience, so I'm not gonna like blow past that. But before I get into that, so what other sports did you do? And then we'll go into your death experience, because not death, near death, because you're still here.
Maybe.
Maybe on another realm. So, yeah. What other? I know you want to hear about the death experience, okay? But I like sports, okay? Let me talk about sports. This is my show. All right. So, tell me about like what other sports did you do?
Okay, so goats often do many things. No, okay, so I did basketball,
Mm-hmm.
softball,
Mm-hmm.
volleyball, cross country, but I would have a lot of asthma attacks
Mm-hmm.
during cross country.
Ooh.
Mhm.
So, what were the distances like with the cross country? Are we talking about like 100 miles?
No. This is like, I didn't like cross country as much.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried to.
That was just like, I'm doing this because.
Yep. Under pressure kind
So,
of thing.
Basketball. Were
Yeah.
you good at that?
Yes.
Yeah. Even
Mhm.
though you're like tiny.
Coach Tossie. Woo!
Shout out to Coach Tossie.
Even though I'm tiny person. I
Yeah.
was 5'1" then.
Then. So
Mhm.
what are you now?
Like 5'4.5".
Oh, that's a hell of a growth spurt right there.
It was all after high school. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Okay. That's funny because like usually people end up like their growth spurt ends in high school for the most part, but you kept growing.
I kept growing.
All right, since you mentioned your almost near death experience, I
Mhm.
guess we should indulge.
Okay.
How did that come about?
It was a traumatic experience.
Really?
Well, yes. So I was in a car accident with one of my best friends,
Mm-hmm.
and this isn't very comedic though.
That's all right.
Okay, so
We'll make it funny. We'll just talk about death and whatever.
lots of death. No. So we were driving downtown, got into a car accident. I left my body immediately. I was wearing, it was like one of those old Hondas where this belt.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You
like
had-
the actual the waist belt only.
No, it was this belt. See, good thing we have a visual here because I can't describe it.
Okay,
But
so you're like
I
the
had
regular
the-
seat belts.
yes, so that was an automatic belt that came across the chest
Mm-hmm.
that came up, but I didn't have the lap belt on.
Oh.
So we spun and then went and spun. It was a hit and run, spun. And we ran into a brick building and
Ooh.
I left my body.
So, what do you remember from that?
Hovering above everything.
So like you literally.
I literally died.
Mm.
And I was hovering above, looking down. I saw myself on the curb, and I was surrounded by angels and guides and what I call now my spiritual mentorship team, like a spiritual.
Oh, you have a whole team.
Everybody does. Hal?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I've yet to meet mine.
Yeah.
I just call it the one person. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you died when you came back to to your body.
Mhm.
What kind of injuries were you dealing with?
Very severe neck injuries. So
Mhm.
they didn't want me to move my neck.
So you broke your neck?
Not broken.
No.
Mm-mm. So it was all soft tissue. So I don't
Mm.
have these two tendons in the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because of that.
Because of that.
Okay.
Yes. So I was in the hospital. Don't have these tendons. So there was physical therapy and all of that. And I missed a lot of school.
How long was that physical therapy?
So it was probably 3 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a while.
Oh, wow, yeah,
But I would get migraines and extreme headaches. It wasn't like the symptoms did not go away.
Okay.
So it was but at the same time, I was having a spiritual experience happening with myself because I came in very different, came back into my body with a very different perspective.
Did you come across like a new lease on life, as they say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I've been doing this wrong the whole time, kind of thing.
Well, at 14, you don't really say you're doing it wrong, I don't think.
Oh, some people do.
Maybe, yeah. But for me, it felt more like, oh, if I keep going in the egoic way of life, which was shown to me, I won't, because I was really ambitious and I would kind of conquer things very easily. I want to say on the earth plane.
Yes, like an alien would.
Like an alien would. Hey, aliens are back. Yeah, I would conquer things pretty quickly or grasp them, and then I'd write a list to do the next things, but it wasn't satiating. So even at 14, I was like, okay, these are things that aren't really fulfilling me. And I was shown that when I was out of my body. And then I was shown the spiritual way, which was the right side. They showed me that was more satiating, and it was pure love and presence. And until you experience that, it's very hard to describe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came back in like.
So for us mere mortals,
Oh, gee.
we don't know what she's talking about. So it took you like 3 months to like recover from all of the pain. And like when you were finally recovered, what direction did that give to your life?
Okay, so I missed school, so when I got back into school, I started channeling. I didn't do sports. I wasn't doing sports, which was what I'd always been doing.
Yeah.
But I'd get into school and start I was channeling answers and information that I was like, this isn't mine. So, the first thing I heard after my near-death experience is you will become stronger by what you overcome. And I was 14 going...
On 16?
God. Going Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. So that was like the main message you got, like everything that was hard in your life, that you'll overcome that and it'll make you stronger. So do you know who told you that, or just like it's just like something I heard?
It's like a divine voice, but now that I'm older, I see it as that your inner voice or your inner knowing.
Yeah.
So some people are uncomfortable with that God word.
Yeah.
But that's knowing within that
the universe or what now?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
source.
Not. Yeah. Whatever it is, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So you're not doing sports anymore. What was that like? Did that? Did you enjoy sports?
Loved sports.
Yeah.
I didn't like the crowds when I was.
Really?
I'd get anxious. Like if we had a game at like the YMCA, the crowds would get me anxious.
Really?
But I grew out of that.
Okay. Yeah. Just I mean, you do stand up, so I would say.
Well, I'd say comedians are kind of a nervous crowd.
In some ways, yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
I could agree with that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But we can get into that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to dive into it now, we could just go like whoop whoop all over the place.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so
let's go linear.
Yeah, let's go linear. It's a lot easier to keep track of. Let's make my job easier.
Yes.
So you didn't like the crowds. What was your favorite sport, and what was that like not being able to play that?
Basketball.
Yeah.
And it was just rough because the coaches in small towns, they really rely on top performers. So I got back and I didn't make a team. I didn't make a
Oh.
basketball team. I tried.
Oh, so you did try.
I tried. Yep.
But your skills were gone.
They weren't gone.
Just no neck. Didn't help.
I also felt a little disoriented too. I think it was coming back into my body now that this is the first time I'm really reflecting on this.
Okay.
So
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So I was a little bit like wanting to get back into sports so badly, but I didn't feel, and then I felt the pressure from the coaches and all of that. We need her back. But they gave me this look like it's not going to happen. And I was like, what am I going to do? Yeah.
So you kind of felt like the town superstar, and then it's like
Absolutely.
you can't come back.
Yeah, I had coaches like running with me on the track to get state times and things like that.
Were sports your identity back then, or were you never like tied up into that sort of stuff?
I'd say it was a piece of my identity.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what did you do to be able to be like, oh, this is not working. What do I do now?
Right. So I got into music and writing.
Oh, so so is that where your creative stuff like officially happened, or were you always just
always really creative?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would write music and
so
play.
you'd always like played music and write music and all that stuff. Now it's just now is the time where you actually like focused on it like dead on.
Yes, but in a very odd way. I wouldn't be able to sleep, so I'd write music at night, or it was in a it was inspired by something. It wasn't on a certain schedule.
Okay. Just you were just living off of inspirato, as Jack Black would
yes.
say.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I feel you. So
right.
You play what instruments do you play?
Okay, so when I was younger, I started out on the recorder.
That's the flute, right?
No. That's like I think what most people start out on.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say recorder. You didn't have a recorder?
Yeah, I did. But I always called it a flute for some reason. I don't know why. It's not the same, but it's kind of like the same constituency. It's just a little smaller, made out of whatever that is. Like, is that like
plastic?
Plastic? Okay.
Yeah.
So good insights. So yeah, I did play the recorder. I was horrible at it. I didn't know how to read music. My sister knew how to read music.
Oh, okay.
And she always told me, okay, this is this one over here. Hold this one over there. And this is how you play that song. So.
Yeah. GAB.
Yeah. So I learned how to read music like in my last music class, something like that. It was something dumb. I was like, oh, this would have been helpful. But so you started off with the recorder.
That's just hilarious because, we all do kind of, I think. And then I went into the saxophone.
Oh, really? I always wanted to play the saxophone and the trumpet. Did you play trumpet too? No? Just
my
the
teeth
sax?
were too crooked.
Really? Does that really make a big difference?
Huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed braces first.
You didn't. Your teeth look fine, didn't you have?
I got braces.
Okay.
So now I can play the trumpet.
Yeah. See, then there we go, trumpet. Ball's on your court. So you play the saxophone. How do you sing with the saxophone? You don't sing.
You don't sing. No, we had choir and honor band. So.
Were you a band geek?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So you were like the high school superstar and the band geek at the same time?
I'm like split.
Oh, you have a bunch of different personalities. That's why she's the GOAT, everybody.
No, I thought you were going to say, that's why she's on the spectrum, y'all.
I mean, that too. See? Spectrum, GOAT, everything. She's got it all, everybody.
You never know what I'm going to pull out of my bags.
So... tell me about the saxophone. I've always been intrigued about that instrument.
I was inspired by Kenny G.
Kenny G? Really?
I really was.
Okay.
His Christmas album. And his hair, but mostly his...
of course the hair. You can't ignore that. So Kenny G's your... I still can't get over that. Kenny G, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta swallow that one. Nothing wrong about Kenny G. He was pretty good.
Hashtag Kenny G.
Yeah. So Kenny G was your inspiration.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to play a soprano saxophone, but they wouldn't. I pled with the music department at Lewis and Clark.
Okay.
Junior high school in Montana, tiny.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to redo your sheet music so I can play soprano saxophone.
Okay, so I don't know what you just said there. So you gotta redo your sheet music just to be able to play
soprano sax, which is what Kenny G played.
Oh, okay. So
it's different than...
That's because it's like different notes to sound a certain way?
So the alto saxophone, which is what is in our normal band, is the big long one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a soprano saxophone is like a claritin. A claritin?
Claritin. You're taking your allergy pill?
No. Clarinet.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, clarinet. It's like a cross between a clarinet and an alto saxophone.
Okay.
So Kenny G had the straight, long soprano sax.
So he was that. Is that considered a saxophone still?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yep.
So like you said, it's like a clarinet, but it's not. Just a bigger one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it cheating though? It sounds like it's not a saxophone to me.
So it's like if a clarinet had an allergic reaction, that would be a soprano sax.
That's why
clarinet.
Okay.
That's why
you're thinking about
claritin.
claritin. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot to think about here. A lot to process. Trying to get around this. It sounds like the soprano saxophone is cheating to me. Like it should be called big clarinet.
It is.
That's my 2 cents over here. Maybe you should provide that to Mr. Music. Maybe he will change his mind.
Right. Maybe Kenny G has a say on that.
Of course he will.
Right.
We'll hear from him later on. Is he still alive?
You want me to ask?
Yeah,
Spirit?
just ask right now.
That's a yes.
Okay.
Hard
So
yes.
Kenny G, let us know.
Yep.
So you're playing the instrument. Did you get really good at playing the saxophone?
Yes. So I just was intense about a lot of things. So if I got into it, I was very intense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was good.
Yeah. All right. Do you play the regular saxophone too?
Yeah. So they wouldn't allow me to play the soprano saxophone. I forgot to go back and say.
Okay.
Lewis and Clark, if junior high, wouldn't modify their whole music program for one little girl. Yeah.
Oh, you know why? That sounds weird to me. Yeah. Why don't you change your whole musical program just for one person that may or may not be good?
Yeah. I was like, why won't they do this?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That would be a lot of work.
I think you were touching upon that, but I probably distracted you with some other dumb question. So saxophone. What else do you play?
So, see, if I say I play these things, I'm not an expert in them.
Well, just because that does, you don't have to be an expert at everything else. Okay, you just say you play it. You can't. You don't have to be good. All right.
Okay.
So you can say you play them. Doesn't mean you're good. Just say you play them.
Okay. Well. Okay. Bass. I start out on 6-string bass.
Is that the one that standing bass or
no?
An actual
or
electric
actually, sorry,
bass?
yeah, 5-string bass.
Okay.
So
6-string bass would be the guitar, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Well, I think there are 6-string basses, right?
Those are the stand-up ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I start on 5-string bass and then electric guitar. And then I play guitar, but I'm mostly a songwriter and vocalist.
Okay. So when you say songwriter, you're just lyric writer?
Lyrics.
Okay.
Yes. And then I'll write the songs, but the guitar has to catch up. So that's what I would do in my teens. And then in my early 20s, I wanted to pursue music.
Okay. So before we get on to your musical career.
It sounds like I'm I'm 500 years old.
So was school and overall high school an overall good experience for you, or was it
No, it
No?
was kind of a nightmare because I was kind of normal
Mm-hmm.
before
not.
my near-death experience, and then not. Yeah, I came back that next summer after all of that happened, and I'd also blossomed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when kids grow into themselves,
Yeah.
my braces were gone, and I grew more voluptuous.
Puberty was gone.
Yeah. So, there were rumors going around that I had got work done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to say, oh, yeah, the rumors I was a town slut. But no.
No.
Okay, so people thought that, like, you literally got plastic surgery and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, because I kind of disappeared because that's what
Mm.
happens when you're in pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I came back also with the ability to feel people, see things,
Mm-hmm.
and be very present.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
there was a huge,
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, yeah.
lot of stuff. Yeah,
All
for
right.
us youngin'.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
'cause you were 14 when that happened. And after that, like, everything just changed?
Oh yeah.
Wow, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, that
Mhm.
must have been interesting to go through. And was it like, you know how like the superhero origin stories that they suddenly got bit by the spider or whatever, and then everything's just like, was it like that?
Yeah, with the spiders, it happened to be vehicles.
Yeah, vehicle bit you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the spider story. That's much more exciting.
Well, I don't know. It's all relative, right?
Right.
So
It was all. It is still all electricity kind of thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
high school not that great, huh? So
No. Yeah. I
yeah,
didn't
you can
fit
say
in.
it. It's fine.
Yeah, I didn't
No
fit
offense.
in anymore. I was not on that path of like
Mm-hmm.
pursuing all of these goals and pursuing this intense,
Mm-hmm.
even going in and taking tests for me. I was
Yeah.
just like, well,
You're already bored with high school to begin with,
I
and
was-
now it's like,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
all right. So
So-
now let's dive into your musical career, because of course you did everything. So
I didn't play in the NFL.
so how old were you when you first decided, like, oh, this is something I want to pursue?
When I was 7.
Oh, really?
So I had, yeah.
So you knew that from all along, kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
So
Or-
did you like join talent shows and stuff like that when you were growing up?
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yep. But on my own, my family pushed sports.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
music like
More
creativity
music.
was more your jam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So, but also my dad's a musician too. So we had instruments around, and
Mhm.
he's very
So
artistic.
were you playing around with his stuff all the time?
Mhm. Yeah.
What instruments did he have lying around?
Electric guitars and what else? He was in a band,
Mhm.
so like a local
Okay.
band. So.
So that kind of like gave you that little nugget, like that planted that seed in your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you always wanted to do music.
Yep.
When you finished high school, was that a time when it's like, oh, finally I can stop this crap and I can get to doing what I want to do, or was it?
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah, it was like that, but I also wanted to go to college too.
Okay.
So
What did you study in college?
psychology,
Okay.
philosophy. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so music.
So
So it's like, that's the perfect career for music. I can't put this to use anywhere else. No offense. I don't know what I'm talking about, okay?
Music.
So you did
Oh.
psychology, and what was the other one?
Philosophy.
Philosophy.
Mhm.
I mean, but I could see your background being in that, because like sometimes the things you say.
What you say?
Yeah. Yeah, that song. I know which one you're talking about. I'm not gonna sing it.
Sing it out. Come on.
So philosophy, psychology, but I could see where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So you did that, and you were still playing music at the same time.
Yes.
Did you have a band, or was it just a solo venture?
Solo venture. I tried the band route, but it wasn't cohesive, so it didn't.
Were they taking all the attention from you? Was that it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. No. So it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't cohesive. You just
No.
didn't along. It's hard to get along with that many people, right?
Right. And I was like, well, my songs were deep. I was a little bit shy about it. So when I shared my music, I didn't share it a lot with like a band. I couldn't
Mhm.
imagine sharing that with a band.
Yeah. 'Cause
Mhm.
you felt like they wouldn't understand.
The band wouldn't understand. Yeah, sort of. Or it was like mine. My
Oh, so you wanted
deepest-
to keep it to yourself because it was
Yeah,
more very
it's
intimate.
intimate,
Mhm.
super intimate. So if I had a bandmate, I wouldn't want to just be like, hey, Craigslist. Here's my deepest, darkest
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. So, all right.
Yeah.
So, how long were you in a band for?
Well, I was in a band for like maybe a month.
Oh, that was nothing. Okay.
No,
So-
like we literally lasted a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you know these people well, or did you
No.
find them off of Craigslist?
I believe I tried out for for
Okay.
his band
Oh,
in
okay.
Arizona, and then
Where did you go to college?
in Portland,
Portland,
Oregon. But I'm kind of fast forwarding.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just jumped ahead. Okay.
I did. I leapt. So in Portland, it's my band. I didn't have a band.
So, is it just you playing instruments, or was there like an accompanying band that would help out?
No, just me. I was
Solo artist.
practicing. Yeah, I didn't even perform.
Oh, really?
Nope, not till I was. So I moved to Portland when I was 17. I didn't perform until I was maybe 22.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. So, because you were shy about it.
Yes.
Okay, so it took you a while to be like, oh, I could put this out into the world.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. So I would learn other people's music, practice my own music.
What kind of music would you say that you play?
What I can say what I was inspired by,
Mm-hmm.
it would be like pop, but also, so I really liked Incubus at the time.
Okay.
I like their album Morning View. That's like way long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And who else inspired me? Fiona Apple. There were many artists that inspired me, but those were the ones that Bob Marley.
Okay.
I was kind of picking who I could really
Yeah.
tap
And
into.
did your music sound anything like what they were? Or
No. Probably sounds more like the Cardigans or something. Remember
Okay.
that band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember I mean, I wasn't alive when they were playing, but I know who they are. I can't remember them,
Yeah.
but yeah, I know what you mean.
Or like yeah, it's just that light pop music.
Mm.
Metric would be a more.
Metric, okay.
Do you know who that band is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think you've mentioned this before, but the Scott Pilgrim. Is
Yeah.
that you? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Sometimes I talk to people. I don't know who I
Nope.
talk to. So that
Thanks,
was you.
Hal, for remembering.
Yeah, I
me.
remember everything you said, Kels. Sorry. So it was you, Scott Pilgrim. So in Scott Pilgrim, like the song Black Sheep, sung by Metric. I don't know if that's an
Yes.
original song or not, but
Yes.
but that's how I heard of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was like more like your sound.
That was more my sound.
So
yeah.
you got like dark stuff coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, but absolutely.
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 Totally. But that makes sense given like from what I've heard of your comedy. It's pretty dark stuff, so I can see.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny too because it's like there's balance, I guess, but
Mhm.
art for me is honesty and authenticity and
Yeah.
releasing whatever
Yeah.
is within. So
I mean, you can lie about it, but if
it's
then it's not cathartic, right?
right.
So why would you even do that to yourself?
Well, some people go up and do inauthentic
Really?
comedy. Don't you think?
Trying to think. I mean, probably. I mean, I'm just like, when I'm seeing someone, I don't like I what I think is like, oh, they're just doing what they're doing. They're not good at it, but they're doing what they're doing. You know.
Oh, I see where you're coming from. You're like, they're being an authentic.
They're doing authentic stuff. They're just not good. So, but maybe that's what they are. They're inauthentic, and then that's why they're not good. So
I feel like when you line up with your authenticity,
Mm-hmm.
like that's when jokes get funny. That's when songs get good. That's when you're.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because a lot of us are trying to be something we're not, and when we just embrace who we are, it's easier.
Yeah.
Like, I feel dark. I feel like getting this darkness out or
get
whatever.
The dark energy out of you.
Yeah.
So that way you can be a nice person.
Right.
Yeah. Because I can see how you could be a horrible person, Kelsey. So.
I could shit on everyone. No.
So, by the way, well, no, we'll get into comedy in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But so,
Mm-hmm.
you're pretty dark as a musician. Well, you were 22 when you first started performing?
21 or
22.
22.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you actually perform for?
That is a good question. 3 or 4 years, probably.
Okay.
Then I got into a band. Not a band, a marriage. Jeez. Very different things.
Hey.
We were, so he was a producer and I sang music.
Oh, so you were doing the duo thing going on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 years-ish, and then that's in Arizona when you first joined up with that. So you went along all over the country, like you lived all over the country, right? So we were in Montana, we went to Portland, Oregon.
Right.
And Portland, Oregon, you did like 3 or 4 years, right?
I'm trying to think now. Yes. 4 years.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then that's when you moved to Arizona?
Nope. Boston. So, wow, yeah, I went to Boston.
Let's
after
dive
that.
in.
Dive in. I went to Boston, experienced the best, great year there.
Yeah?
The little best over
great year?
The best great year. Great times.
Yeah? Okay.
In Boston. Mm-hmm.
I've heard it's nice there. So I wouldn't have anything to compare it to because I haven't been there.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what it's like now.
Well, places change, people change. So you had a good time in Boston. So you were off the air a few days ago. You were telling me that you saw a lot of comedians in Boston. So were you entertaining the thought of comedy back then?
Yes. No, not even. Actually, no. I was surrounded by funny people.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds, they were in law school, so you wouldn't think they were funny.
People are funny.
People are funny. Yeah, they're improv people, and I just naturally was always thought things were funny myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I gravitated towards funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't.
That's why you're here. Oh.
Exactly.
Okay.
I didn't. So we also talked about who influenced my life and who changed my life when I was younger, and it was Jim Carrey. So there's nobody that imitates like he does, that is on the level of how he influenced people in the 90s and continues to influence people. So for me, that guy was it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that in common, right? Like, 'cause when I was growing up, he was my everything. Because I wanted to be Ace Ventura when I was a kid. I'm like, that's my job. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm that guy. And so you always gravitated towards the funny, and like he was like your biggest inspiration in terms of that.
Yeah.
So when you're in Boston, do you go to a lot of comedy shows there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it was comedy, music, and then I had school too.
Okay. So you were going to school in Boston
Mm-hmm.
too? Okay. So what were you studying in Boston? Jesus, how many things did you study?
You're like, what's going on here? I studied You want to know the exact courses I took that year?
No, not the courses. Just like what? Like,
Okay.
was there a major
Generalities.
or like?
Psychology.
Okay, so that's when you're doing. So at Portland, you studied philosophy.
And psychology.
Oh, so you studied both there,
Mhm.
and then you just now in Boston, you're like, I'm gonna focus on the one.
I took a philosophy course as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you did it all.
I did it again.
Oops.
Oops, I did it again, Ethan. Oh, Britney Spears and I.
Yeah,
Same
we have that
age.
bond.
I'll always love her.
Funny enough, I had a huge crush on her when I was a kid. So
I bet.
So we have that in common too, huh?
Yay!
Oh boy.
I don't know if I had a crush, but
Yes, you did. Let's make this be. Okay.
okay.
Let's have this in common.
So I would try to dance like she did.
Oh, really?
Do all the moves.
Don't take this of like an offense. I know you won't,
Mm-hmm.
but
Here we go.
doesn't seem like you're a good dancer.
I am actually a very
Really?
good dancer. Yeah.
Of course you are.
I'm probably a better dancer than a guitar player. Or
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Did you take any dancing lessons or anything like that?
Growing up? Yeah.
At some point, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you took a lot. So you were like doing everything.
I don't know how I did those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my friends, when I was little, I would put together choreography and stuff. So.
Really? So you're a choreographer as well?
Yeah.
Would you put that label on yourself, or is that more of like an
No.
amateur?
Amateur. I would
Okay.
take the songs like. This is gonna totally.
Go ahead.
Like
It's fine.
Boys to Men stuff or
Okay. I love
what.
Boys to Men.
I would do that. Take the choreography or take the music and do the choreography. Invite friends over, and then we dance. So
Okay. So you just seems like you had a lot of fun though.
I had tons of fun.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's good. That's
Mhm.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So
But back to
Boston. Let's keep this. Let's keep
Boston.
this the way it's meant to be. Okay. We can't wander around.
We're not wandering. Okay. Keep
so-
it clear here.
So you're in Boston and you're thinking to yourself, "Man, Jim Carrey's funny. Why don't I do some of that?" When did stand up come into your like thought process?
I feel it was always behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So I also got into some acting,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't really into it.
Yeah.
I got in my head
Mm.
with acting. It wasn't. I didn't mind it, but I got in my head.
When you say you got in your head that you thought you were going to be a great actress, and then that took over everything, or you got in your head like, I'm not enjoying this, and
I wasn't enjoying it. No, I studied film acting, and then I would start laughing during scenes. Like you can't. Okay, this is a serious moment.
Yeah.
You can't be driving by in the car in a heist and be laughing.
Yeah. Well,
But
maybe it depends on what your part is, right? So
Right.
if you're the mean person in the scene, then you could be ha ha, right?
Right. You
But
could
I guess
take
I'm taking it that's not what what your character was. So so it did not work, huh?
No. No.
So
No.
okay, so jeez, you did a lot of stuff. So you were doing music in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and where did you do acting?
So I went to. We did a 48-hour film festival. I didn't do acting in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do comedy, and I also didn't do. I played music, but I didn't play shows in Boston. In Arizona is where I honed that craft.
Okay.
What? Maybe not honed it, but that's where I got to
Well, you worked on your craft.
experience it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So from Boston, is that when were you already with your husband to be there, or no?
Yeah. I was engaged twice but married once. So that I was engaged to someone else at that time.
Oh, okay. So you were engaged to a dude. It's not working. So you're like, I'm gonna go to Arizona. Is that how that went?
No, we were working.
Mm.
Yeah. So we worked for a while.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a long work relationship.
Long relationship. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It was
Mm.
a good one.
Yeah. I mean, not good enough.
It didn't last.
Yeah.
No.
Uh,
But yeah.
so Boston. Did you go somewhere in between Boston and Arizona?
Yeah, we did actually, because he was a lawyer, so he's looking to take the bar somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Denver as well. Lived outside of Denver.
Mm-hmm. How long were you there?
About a year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do comedy there?
No. Oh, we did the film festival stuff.
Mm.
And I'd open for comedy shows with
Okay.
music.
Okay.
So
So you were intertwined with comedy.
constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's well, as I've known from knowing you, you've always been into comedy. It's just
Always.
you never really like pursued it until a little bit later in life.
No, because I was like, I just wanted to be a singer, or
Mhm.
I wanted to do that. But I would write comedy songs on the guitar
Mm-hmm.
because things were funny. When you find the funny in everything,
Mm.
that's just how my brain works.
Well, it makes life more fun. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I try to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna skip like all
Good.
the state hopping and all that. But
Okay.
so let's just go to Arizona. So Arizona is where you first started doing your music stuff, right?
Right. Yes. So music and acting. Yeah. And then a little bit of modeling.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But
How long were you in Arizona?
why do I feel like this will be cut out?
This whole thing is gonna
Arizona.
interview is usually about an hour. This is gonna be like 15 minutes, Kelsey. I don't know what to tell you.
Arizona.
Arizona. Oh my! You had a Midwest accent there for a
It's
moment.
the Minnesota thing.
Minnesota, yeah, being
Uh-huh.
around Teresa.
Yep. I'm hearing some North Dakota and
Mhm.
Minnesota.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Don't you know? So Arizona was, I would say Denver was more performance.
Mm-hmm.
I started the performance, and then when I went to Arizona, I got more into music and modeling.
Mm.
Not as much comedy. But modeling paid more than
Most things.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Because to be paid in the other stuff, like it takes a while.
it takes a while. So I was trying to navigate entrepreneurship in a way that was so I could play music, but I ended up modeling more than
Mhm.
playing music.
Mm-hmm.
But modeling
So it didn't
paid
work
more.
out, huh?
No.
Was that the reason you quit modeling? Because you're like, oh, I'm not doing what I want to do, and this is not that fun. Was modeling fun?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. I don't see how anyone could really say it's fun.
Mm.
It's
Some
in
people like the attention, then
it.
eventually that is fulfilling enough. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not an industry that's really for you, I would say,
Mhm.
for women,
Mhm.
or maybe I just feel it's a vapid industry. So I'm just
tell
gonna
us what you really feel.
I know. You're told what to do, how to look, and you're constantly trying to fit this mold that's
So
not
you're pretty much a dummy. Like
That's
they just put you in a certain
a
position.
dummy position.
And
Yeah.
then that's it.
Yep. And then, I mean, and then you're not. For me, it's very important to be known
For your brain.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm like, I'm not here to do this.
Mm.
So I didn't like that as much. But the artistic expression of it, that was fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, and then I made money doing it. So
Yeah, that's not that bad.
no, it was not bad, but it's a lot of work and honestly, at that time, I was looking for a lot of outside approval. It's a model thing.
I mean, yeah, you were in modeling, so
right.
kind of.
You get into that, and then all of a sudden you're modifying your appearance, you're taking however long to get ready. It's a field of broken dreams. No. Your beauty. This sounds so cliche, but this is how I feel, and this is me.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty is an inside job. You can't, if you're relying on the outside, it's just.
Well, looks go away eventually, right? So
Yeah.
you can do all you can to keep them there, but I don't know. There's people that are a lot older that still got them, so I don't know. What do I know? But I know what you mean. Yeah, you can't base your entire identity on your looks.
You'll go down quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll go down quick.
Okay.
But especially, I feel like if you're a self-aware person, you can't stick in an arena where you're like just surface.
Yeah. It's if you do, it's not a very fulfilling life. It doesn't seem like.
No.
Okay. So, all right, let's just get into comedy because like we've been tiptoeing around it, and we're just like we'll music here, music there. Let's
and
just
modeling,
get into it. Yeah, of course, modeling. Let's not forget about modeling. So.
Because every comedian goes through that modeling phase.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't met one that hasn't. So, what do you know?
The more you know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ding.
So, you said you've always gravitated towards funny stuff. What? Why? So here's the thing. Like, who, what, where, why, when. All the W's.
What are those called?
I don't know. Who, what, where?
When, why?
When, why? Yeah, I don't know.
We were taught that in school.
That's like for stories and act. Well, I think it applies to anything in life, right? If you know that, you can tell a story. You can tell some other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I use it for pretty much everything I do in my life, so I guess it applies to everything. So. You didn't know, like, consciously that you wanted to be involved in, like, comedy. Like, you always looked for the funny, but you didn't know consciously, like, hey, maybe I should do this. Like, what brought it about in your life? Like,
I think the moment that I was like, I really want to do this and had no fear about it was, well, I saw Patrice O'Neal. And then I didn't. Yes, I saw him in person. What am I? I'm like, I didn't see him in person. I did. I saw him and his stand up, and it cracked me up. His set and his delivery and all of that. I mean, it's this big African American guy. I didn't. But something clicked within me that was like, oh, okay, I really like stand up. After that, I saw Natasha Leggero, and I was like, I laughed my ass off, like the whole show. It was the opening of Helium Comedy Club in Portland.
Okay.
Like that day, she was performing.
She was there? Was she big back then? Or
Yeah. Do you remember that guy? Oh, gosh. He passed away. I was supposed to see him, and he passed away around that time. Same time as Patrice, but he was good friends with Natasha Leggero.
I don't know why I'm gonna say Mitch Hedberg because I don't think that's him.
No,
Okay.
It was a guy he was on that comedy show, the one that brought about a bunch of comedians.
SNL? Nope.
Not SNL. It was more recent. So, the name is not coming in though. But, he sadly passed away. Here we go. Death again.
Well, it's like your favorite subject.
It's because it's not real. Energy never dies.
It never dies, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So,
but anyway, so he cracked me up too. So it was Patrice O'Neal, and then I saw Natasha Leggero, and I was still playing music and doing that. So it didn't dawn on me to pursue comedy, but then I started watching Bill Burr and studying comedy. I literally watched the Patrice O'Neill special
Mhm.
over and over, and then I would watch other specials, and I was like, yes.
Were you a fan of stand-up before then, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah? So you've
Yeah.
always been a fan of stand-up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So you're like starting to study comedy
Mhm.
like at that time, and then
Mm-hmm.
you were in Portland, right?
Yep.
Okay. So well, you saw Patrice in Boston, I'm guessing.
I saw Patrice, I believe, in Chicago, actually.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Mm-hmm.
you saw him in Chicago, you're in Portland, you're doing your thing with the music and
Mhm.
stuff, and then suddenly you're like, "Oh man, I start studying comedy and all that sort of stuff." How old were you when the first time you actually did an open mic or stand up for the first time?
2017.
That
So-
was your age?
That was my age. The year 2000.
Yeah.
No, my age was in 2017. How old was I? 34, 33?
34? Okay, 33.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus age.
Yeah.
The good old J Star.
It was the mind, body, spirit finally coming together.
Okay.
The
All
Holy
right.
Trinity.
So you did stand up for the first time, and then did you know, like, oh man, I should actually do this more often, or was that like I mean I did it.
I called it spiritual comedy
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, this is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And it fulfilled something within me that was like needing to come out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even like, it was fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So you bombed.
I didn't bomb, but I didn't care if I did or not.
Mm. Well, that's very important to have in your if you're
Yeah.
up there.
Especially in my line of work, I'm a healer. I do healing work for other people.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go into comedy, it's for me.
Yeah, that's like
I get to be funny.
yeah.
It's for me. It's my
That's
enjoyment.
your healing time.
Mm-hmm. I'm not out there for like, it's fun to get laughs and all of that, but really
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
why am I getting emotional? It's more
For me.
it's for me because when now I teach Empowered Awakened women's workshops. I
Mhm.
awaken people, help awaken people
Mm-hmm.
to their true purpose, and if they want to see dead people, that comes into play too.
Mm-hmm.
If they have those gifts,
Mm-hmm.
mediumship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Fourth wall.
Let's throw that out there
Just-
and then not
just-
touch it, and then let's see what
Yep.
people think about
There
it.
you go.
So
We'll just link to the website
yeah, so comedy is
for me.
like you're like it's your passion, your baby, and then when you're doing it, it's like, oh, I love doing this. This is not for anybody else. This is for me.
Mhm.
I enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yes, so much.
And did you feel that way immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, whoa. Green room. Because I've done musicals and that kind of thing before.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, I did musicals. That's the same feeling I got with comedy.
Okay.
Without the whole, like, 3-month preparation.
Yeah.
It's like you on your own, getting out there and then going.
Yeah, it's pretty immediate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, instant gratification.
It
It's good sometimes.
is. Yeah.
So you touched upon. So you're doing comedy and whatnot. When do you think of like, oh, maybe I should do so? What is like your actual title? I don't want to like, because your Instagram says alchemist and visionary,
Right.
but what would you call yourself?
So spiritual jargon gets me all weirded out.
Well, because people have a very there's a preconceived notion to it, and then there's either people gravitate towards it very much, or it's like, whoa.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Like after pre-COVID, it was like I didn't know awakening was cool
Mm-hmm.
until now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So-
Before, when it happened to me, I was a weirdo. I'm still a weirdo,
Yeah.
But I didn't know there would be like this huge awakening push.
Mm.
And yeah, so I would call myself an alchemist, but
Mhm.
I'm clairvoyant, clairsentient,
Mhm.
clairaudient. So
What was the name of the Long Island medium? What was her name?
Teresa Gui
Caputo. Oh,
I
no.
almost
So,
said something else. Teresa Guido.
but the other one. Remember the black lady? I forgot her
Black
name.
lady?
Yeah, that she was like also a Long Island medium, but she was on TV.
Who?
Ah,
Ayanna Van Zant? No,
no.
she's an author.
She was like on TV. Like I think she did like infomercials.
Oh, was she on Montel or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just remember her like she was like the most famous medium at the time. And
Sylvia Brown?
no,
You remember her though, right?
I don't know who that is. No,
Okay.
it's not my arena, Kelsey.
Yeah, that's
Maybe Teresa
psychic
would know.
arena.
But anyway,
All right.
so you call yourself?
I'm extrasensory.
Mhm.
So so I have all of the gifts. Not all of the gifts, but a lot of spiritual gifts
Mhm.
where I channel different realms, and then I also I have clairvoyance, so I have sight
Mhm.
where I can see auras,
Mm.
see things, but I awaken people to their own gifts,
Mm.
their own genius, their own reason for being here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when did this start?
This started when I had my near-death experience.
Mhm. No, but like so.
33.
Okay. Oh, so it's that same year. So you did comedy, and then that was like.
Yeah, 32, 33. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
was this something that you were like, oh, this is what I'm meant to do, or was it like something that you were just like shoved into?
It was something that I knew I was meant to do, but I also I healed my own body
Mm-hmm.
because I had to. But this gets very deep. So I had emotional trauma. I had a rough childhood. So the dichotomy of my childhood was I had a very fun, light childhood, but also I made it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was supposed to use my gifts of comedy or music, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a dark, rough upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so I had a lot of abuse as a child,
Mm-hmm.
and trauma. And so, but somehow I knew how to navigate those arenas.
Mm-hmm.
But my body became very sick. I got fibromyalgia, Epstein-Barr, lots of different. And I was in a lot of car accidents, so it was not an easy life.
Were you driving in all of those?
No.
Oh, I was gonna make the old
Yeah.
woman driver, horrible
No.
driver, but
And I'm not Asian either.
oh boy.
Whoa, stinger.
So okay, so you were how many accidents were they?
In my life,
Mm.
I would say like 10.
10 car accidents? Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me never to get in a car with you.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
No, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
3
it's not.
by 16.
3 by 16?
Mhm.
Whoa.
And that is not a wooden panel that we get at Home Depot.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So 10 accidents.
So I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Happy to be here, everybody.
The goat, because I'm here.
Yeah, you overcame a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which is tough to keep
Mhm.
a good attitude.
yeah, no, that's one of the
And-
cool things about you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you always have that. Well,
Yeah.
you're always, making jokes and stuff like that, which
Right.
is pretty cool.
Right.
That's why it's so fun to hang around you.
Thanks.
So-
yeah. Uh-huh.
You became the Long Island medium in Portland.
Sort of. More. So, I deal more with people with trauma or going through awakening symptoms or divorce, loss, or health issues. Because I can scan people. So what she does is awesome.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm just.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I took that very seriously.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Yes, I'm actually the best Long Island medium, even though I never was in Long Island before.
I have a friend who's in Long Island, and
That automatically makes me the Long Island
right.
medium. Yeah. So
yeah.
So that it's and ever since then, you're like, oh, this is what I do, and then that's what you've been doing.
That's what I've been doing. Yep. Yeah, I would do workshops where I would channel to help heal the group of women that would come to the workshop. And this is just divinely guided.
Are you mostly working on women, or do you take anybody?
I take male clients as long as they are in alignment with me. If you don't know spiritual teachers, you either resonate with people or you don't. So if it's a no, then it's a hard no. People have to invest in themselves. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I would say I was diagnosed with PTSD. I was, diagnosed with all of these things. You can overcome those things. And the way I did it was through spirituality. And natural means. And so that's what I help others with. That's what my book's about.
Oh, so you are an author.
An author. Well, ready to be published.
Okay, so you already wrote it. It's just in the process.
Yes, in the process. So, that is.
What's the name of the book?
Your negative imprint is your positive impact.
Okay, that's an interesting title. It's catchy,
isn't it?
Yeah. Did you come up with that?
It was just
of course.
dropped in.
Just like that. Okay.
Just like that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Kels.
Yeah.
So, anything you'd like to plug? Be shameless. This
okay.
is what this is for.
Yeah. So I will plug that I do spiritual teaching and healing and awakening workshops. So you can find me at my website, which is KelseyStarr.com. KelseaStarr. And my work is not, I don't take spirituality and make it this shadowy, serious. And spirituality to me is the funny in life. The funny. And knowing that, our wounds, our deepest wounds are really, they're not meant to take us out or take us down. They're meant to really propel us into our purpose.
Yeah.
So that's what I teach. That's what I preach. And that's the way I walk.
Okay.
So
do you know when your book is coming out?
So hopefully in a couple months.
Months. So no hard date yet?
No hard date yet.
Okay. I'll put everything in the show notes.
Right. And follow me on Instagram. I do, comedy and spirituality, which I think are the same thing.
So, what was your Instagram again?
It is Kelsea.Starr, at Kelsea.Starr.
Okie dokie.
With 2
Kels,
R's.
thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
It was a great time. A pleasure to have you. Thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Oh my. Hi, I didn't see you there, but since I got you here, let me ask you a couple questions. Would you like to support this podcast? If that's a yes, then I have another question for you. Do you like stand-up comedy? Have you been thinking about it for a while? Why haven't you done it? Is it because of fear? Are you doubting yourself? Is that what it is? What if I told you that we can turn those fears into action and we can get some results, right? So, look, if you want to have fun, if you want to do stand-up comedy. If you just want to challenge yourself, if you're a business person, it's great to know how to speak in public because you have to do it constantly. And by doing stand-up comedy, you'll be doing it all the time, especially because it's a lot harder to make people laugh than it is to just talk in public. So if you like doing that, and if you want to have fun, how about you go to the link that's below? It's right here. linktr.ee/khalu2. Linktree/Khalu2. And if you go to that link, click on the stand-up comedy course for beginners, and you can buy that course over there, and we'll all have a grand old time. You have fun learning how to do stand-up. I have fun being with you. It's all fun and games over here. So what do you say? You want to join me? I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Well, hello there, my good friend. How are you? I hope you're doing swell on this fine day. You know, there was one time where I enjoyed someone's video, and I didn't know how to get the next one. So I thought to myself, oh, what if I subscribe to their video? What a novel thought. If you enjoyed this video, would you please like it? Subscribe to the channel. That way, anytime a new video comes up, you'll get the next notification. You'll know when it comes up. It will be swell. And if you enjoyed it a lot, share it with your friends. That's all I'm saying. Only if you enjoyed it a lot. If you didn't enjoy it that much, just keep it to yourself, you know? Just keep it to yourself. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.